Okay, I'm going to post a reading of, I guess you could call it an audiobook. The title of the book is The Archeology of Knowledge and the Discourse on Language by Michel Foucault. Do a series of readings. This will be the first one. There's a picture of the book here. And Chapter 1, The Unities of Discourse. The use of concepts of discontinuity, rupture, threshold, limit, series, and transformation present all historical analysis not only with questions of procedure, but with theoretical problems. It is these problems that will be studied here. The questions of procedure will be examined in later empirical studies. If the opportunity, the desire, and the courage to undertake them do not desert me, these theoretical problems too will be examined only in a particular field and those disciplines so unsure of their frontiers and so vague in content that we call the history of ideas or of thought or of science or of knowledge. But there is a negative work to be carried out first. We must rid ourselves of a whole mass of notions, each of which in its own way diversifies the theme of continuity. They may not have a very rigorous conceptual structure, but they have a very precise function. Take the notion of tradition. It is intended to give a special temporal status to a group of phenomena that are both successive and identical, or at least similar. It makes it possible to rethink the dispersion of history in the form of the same. It allows a reduction of the difference proper to every beginning, in order to pursue without discontinuity the endless search for the origin. Tradition enables us to isolate the new against a background of permanence, and to transfer its merit to originality, to genius, to the decisions proper to individuals. Then there is the notion of influence, which provides a support of too magical a kind to be very amenable to analysis, for the facts of transmission and communication, which refers to an apparently causal process, but with neither rigorous delimitation nor theoretical definition. The phenomena of resemblance or repetition, which links at a distance and through time, as if through the mediation of a medium of propagation. Such defined unities as individuals, oeuvres, notions, or theories. There are the notions of development and evolution. They make it possible to group a succession of dispersed events, to link them to one and the same organizing principle, to subject them to the exemplary power of life, with its adaptations, its capacity for innovation, the incessant correlation of its different elements, its systems of assimilation and exchange, to discover, already at work in each beginning, a principle of coherence and the outline of a future unity, to master time through a perpetually reversible relation between an origin and a term that are never given, but are always at work. There is the notion of spirit, which enables us to establish between the simultaneous or successive phenomena of a given period a community of meanings, symbolic links, an interplay of resemblance and reflection, or which allows the sovereignty of collective consciousness to emerge as the principle of unity and explanation. We must question those ready-made syntheses, those groupings that we normally accept before any examination, those links whose validity is recognized from the outset. We must oust those forms and obscure forces by which we usually link the discourse of one man with that of another, They must be driven out from the darkness in which they reign, and instead of according them unqualified spontaneous value, we must accept, in the name of methodological rigor, that, in the first instance, they concern only a population of dispersed events.